Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've uploaded a video on here, but there's a topic that's on my mind that I just want to post about. I'm so tired of like trans rights activists erasing womanhood. And what I mean by that is they're making certain things that are actually feminine out to be gender neutral, like pregnancy, for example, to to cater towards transgender people, like to cater to people that are biologically female but identify as male, or people who are biologically female but identify as non-binary, or to try to make certain things that we've always understood to be feminine and which are objectively feminine out to be gender neutral, to cater towards biological males who identify as female. So they say, like, a lot of people will say birthing person instead of just mother, which I think is ridiculous. Only women actually give birth, and get pregnant, so it just doesn't make sense. And that's just a fact. Like, put your feelings aside for 1 minute, okay? Just put your feelings aside. It's a fact that only females give birth. And if you're gonna say, oh, there's a difference between sex and gender, no, not really. I mean, you could argue there's a difference between sex and gender roles or gender norms, because you can be male or female and then defy a lot of roles that are generally associated with your gender. So you could say that, but to say gender itself, which is the same thing as being male or female, is totally different than sex, then no. I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. And also, like, you can't just identify as whatever you want. Like, it's like if you get pregnant or you give birth, then you're female. Like, I believe that some of these females really do feel like they're non-binary or like they're male inside. I believe that they really do deep down feel that way. But I think at the root of it, being female or being a woman, whatever you want to call that, should just be just a biological term, just a physical term, because that's technically what it is. It's not just about like acting feminine or following a bunch of gender roles that are associated with being female. I think I would say some gender roles are just reproductive, like, like I said, only women get pregnant, but I mean like more societal ones and things like that, such as, women are supposed to wear dresses, or women are supposed to wear makeup, things like that. You can go against these societal gender roles and still be female. And just because you identify as female, if you're actually male, like biologically male, that doesn't make you female. And I really don't think that, like, people that are biologically male but identify as female should be able to claim that they're the exact same as uh, actually being female, just because, like, the trans women, that's the term, like, they didn't grow up being female. They didn't go through periods. They can't get pregnant. They probably were actually living as male when they were younger, so they probably didn't deal with a lot of sexual harassment, just a lot of things that I don't think should be appropriated. I don't think womanhood should be like some costume that anybody can identify as if they're not, and then I think we shouldn't, like, make all these terms like birthing person or menstruator and things like that to refer to women. Like, why can't we just say women? Why do we have to try to cater to these people who are either biologically female but don't identify as female, or biologically male but identify as female? They want to make these things not feminine because they want to feel included. And then also the term, like, chest feeding, like some people say chest feeding instead of breastfeeding, which to be honest, it makes no sense. And I think that these liberals have just completely contradicted themselves, because if you're going to say having breasts is not an inherently feminine thing, then what's wrong with calling it breastfeeding? You know, it's because you people who do this, you know deep down inside that this stuff isn't true. Like, you want to be supportive to people who have gender dysphoria or don't feel like they're the gender that they were born as. And you know, it is a sensitive topic because a lot of people even try to commit suicide. Some even actually commit suicide over it. So I understand, but okay, just because, you know, even if it's such a sensitive topic that people are literally committing suicide over it, does that actually make it objective fact that you can identify as whatever gender you want and your identity will actually be true? Does that actually make it true? Or does it just make it a very sensitive topic that you're kind of afraid to talk about? I think it's the latter. But yeah, like, I'm tired of womanhood being erased. Like, I don't want to just be called, like, a menstruator or a vulva owner or anything like that. It's like, what the sorry, I shouldn't try to cuss on here, but we don't call males ejaculators. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me why they're doing this. And it just feels like womanhood's being appropriated, and they're taking something beautiful and that is things associated with being female. I'm talking about inherent things, not societal things. And they're making it gender neutral, which is just sad because women get pregnant, and that's one of the most beautiful things in the world. Like, every person who's been born has been born by a woman, like, you know what I mean? So it just doesn't make any sense to just try to make, like, pregnancy, for example, out to be gender neutral. Like, no, it's not. And it's like, it feels like womanhood's being erased to cater towards a very small group of people, and it just doesn't make sense. Also, really, really, really cringy, but there are trans women, so biological males who identify as women, who have been on female hormones and are convinced that they have a period. Like, it is just so insane. And, like, I am willing to think that it's possible that if they've been on those hormones, they may experience certain hormonal changes that an actual female might go through, but they really shouldn't be calling it a period, because that is just, that's, first of all, it's stupid. Second of all, it's appropriating being female. And most importantly, they don't have a uterus, so that's not even possible. But this is the kind of stupidity that is going on, and I'm honestly sick of it. And, yeah, I mean, it's like being female is a blessing, and I think on both sides, like the extreme conservatives, they make women out to be like intellectually inferior. Again, I'm saying extreme conservatives, so don't think I'm just calling out all conservatives here, but some of them think that women are literally inferior to men, and they're more easily deceived and brainwashed, and they're just not as intelligent, and I just think that's just terrible, because first of all, it's not true. Second of all, women are special in their own way. So, yeah, so the extreme conservatives are already trying to make women out to be less important. And now the liberals are trying to make being female out to be like a costume that anyone can just wear and anyone can identify as, and it's quite sad. And a lot of these feminists who claim to be pro-women, which I don't think the modern feminist movement is usually pro-women, I think it's quite cringy, but they claim to be, and I've seen, like, in videos, a lot of times they can't even clearly define what the word woman actually means. So that is just, I mean, I think the liberals are just hypocrites, and they claim to be pro-women, but actually they're erasing something that's beautiful, and it's quite sad. And yeah, I'm honestly sick and tired of it. Like, I don't want to just be called like a vulva owner or whatever other term they have, just to try to avoid hurting the feelings of a small number of people. And okay, I want to say this disclaimer. I know how it feels to be in a small group of people and, you know, be the odd one out, for lack of a better term. But that just doesn't go above objective fact. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't. And so yeah, like, quote unquote people who have uteruses are women, and people who were born without a uterus or a vagina or ovaries are men. So yeah, I mean, it's just common sense. But yeah, this has just been on my mind so much lately, and I wanted to make this video. So yeah, it was unscripted, so Sorry if it's not the best quality, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please leave a comment letting me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!